Hi everyone, I wanted to do a reading today on the horoscope of the US for April and the tariffs. So, beginning with the tariffs, I have to restart this all over again because of Mercury retrograde. So, anyways, the first card that shows that there may be something afoot. So, here's the King of Cups, could be the Biden administration. What will Trump reveal today about the tariffs? I guess that's really my question. Then we got the judgment card upside down, so it's not really a good message. It promises to awaken some kind of liberation, but we'll see because there's the Eight of Swords here, which is about restrictions, limitations, negative thoughts. The Hermit shows us we need to listen to our wisdom about this. Plans may be going forward, but there could be an ending to the way things have been with the death card here. Death is transformation, not always a physical death, but certainly a change in how they're doing things. The sunshine card here represents happiness. That does represent liberation eventually, but we might have to go through a process. Maybe that's what they're going to say, that, yeah, it's going to hurt a bit, but in the long run, it'll be better for everyone. It's going to bring back the good old days, Six of Cups, the children there, the good old days, the memories of the past, Six of Cups. So, and then the Ace of Wands, new initiative, new beginning. Wands are fire, they're enterprising cards, they represent new ways of doing things. So it could be that, on one hand, something may be revealed about the Trump administration using Elon to clean things up, destroy things, change things, transform things. But I want to just read the cards as they are saying what they're saying. And so there'll be some restrictions. It'll be a pretend awakening or change, pretend. We have to use our wisdom to discern what it really is. Is it the good old days of the 50s and 60s after World War II? And the sun will shine in the future. This is the card of liberation. The sun has other meanings, though, like liberation and consciousness, not to be tied to the material world, to know that one is a free spirit. So there is that. Now, let's see about the horoscope. The chart of the US. So for that, we do the 12 houses with the cards. Yes. If you don't know the US chart, the first house is Sagittarius. Second house has Pluto in the south node. Pluto now in Aquarius and natally in Capricorn. So I'm using the Western chart, not the Vedic chart here. Let's get confused. So these cards are upside down, so we'll work with that today. The upside down meanings. Reversal. So let's begin. First house. Looking at the first house, how we are moving forward. What is the mask, the persona that the US is presenting to the world? First card. It's a new plan. Something new, something young, something exciting. Page of Pentacles, something that will be written. It's even a new value, because Pentacles have to do with our value, how we value material things, financial things, but even self-worth. value. We create things of value. So let's see how young people can create things of value. Perhaps this month will show that. Second house is about money, resources, or talents, or things that in April for the USA. Here's a conflict card, Five of Wands. So that shows that there can be some competitive interests. We'll learn about different things. Third house is about communications. What we'll be talking about, something new of Pentacles. Maybe it's the tariffs, new ways of making money. What we think, getting more clear about what we think. Fourth house, the home, the real estate, the ancestors. There they are. 10 of Pentacles definitely speaks to heritage, ancestors, legacy, inheritance, abundance, people that will profit. So maybe even people that have always profited in America. Then there is the Hermit in the fifth house. So what we know, what we may learn about how we're using our willpower in this world. Wisdom coming forward. Things to think about. Fifth house also has to do with children. Love affairs, speculation, like Wall Street. So sometimes think about things. Things are not always revealed, but we have to go within or seek, quote unquote, God's guidance, the universal guidance, the wisdom, put it that way. That's the fifth. The sixth house, we've got the Queen of Swords. Some kind of truth or clarity will be shown about the workforce. Could be someone that comes in and wants to, like the courts, stand up for the working class, like the courts, I think. And a female judge just won up in Wisconsin, so that's good from my point of view. So that means justice, it means clarity. People affirming justice for the working class. I read it that way. The seventh house is relations, partners, business partners, how other people see us in the world, the US. And here's the awakening card. Judgment. Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn, waking people up from a zombie state. So let's see who wakes up during this month, especially now that Neptune is moving through Aries. Venus is going direct, Mercury is going direct. Both of those planets have been moving through the United States. Third house of communications, coming up to Neptune pretty soon, around the middle of the month, I would think. Yeah, middle of the month, towards the end of the month. That's the astrology. And what else? This review of the Constitution is going on as well. That could be the second house here, people having conflicts about that, and then the legalities here about the workforce, service, daily habits. All right, let's keep going. So we got the seventh, the eighth, what is hidden or our debt, what we owe others. The card of satisfaction, the Nine of Cups. What does that mean? That we're still working for what? Our own greed. We're still determined. The word is motivations are based upon our desires. But the Nine of Cups, even though it is the wish card, it also can represent gluttony. And there's a lot of overweight Americans on hygiene here. Sixth house is about health. Queen of Swords has to do with discipline. Disciplining oneself, following a plan. Oops. So people getting what they deserve. Six of Pentacles coming up here. So the ninth house is also about philosophy. Yeah, it's also about foreign relations, our partners in other countries, but it's also about philosophy or higher thinking. And maybe it's time for us to rethink who deserves what. Is it rich people giving alms to the poor, which is what this card represents, or getting what we deserve because our Social Security is not a charity. We paid into it, so like we put money in the bank. I hope people are clear about that. Maybe a false message about the economy, where it's going. Still, we want to be aware of dubious ideas or mystical ideas. Not mystical in a good sense, but some kind of something that needs to be tested out. Why do I say that? The 10th and the 4th correspond to one another. There's a GOP card, the 10 of Pentacles. So there might be some kind of new message. We'll see if it's clear or not. The 11th house is the group work, ideals, goals. 5 of Swords, card of conflict and changes around the goals. Maybe justice, because that 11th house has Libra in it in the US chart. And that has to do with justice. Let's see if that has something to do with this Queen of Swords here, 6th house. And lastly, the 12th house, the house of the unconscious collective. Shows again a merchant looking at other possibilities, the world. So this is saying something about there's definitely a dynamic of change about how the world sees us. We are a young country, 248 years, 250 years. So it's a young country in comparison to other countries like Europe, China, countries that have been around for thousands of years, who've been there, done that, so to speak. So perhaps some new kind of offer that takes going to some other institutions. Don't really know what that means, that 2 of Wands up there in the 12th house, because it's the house of the unconscious, the collective. Well, a good thing here is this Ace of Swords, the beginning, the inspiration, the truth shall be known. The truth, clarity that we're wishing for here with the Judgment card in our 7th house. That could be the politicians too. More being revealed about them. 7th house is partners. So, like if you look at people as who are your partners in government, your politicians, right? How things are run. So maybe elections will be different coming up in 2026 because of these changes going on right now. I always care to read about Trump. Not personally, because he's just a puppet like all of them are. But we'll see who emerges here. That is a positive force, an Ace of Swords for us during these times. And we can't always believe everything that is said about, for instance, Elon Musk, if he's really a billionaire anymore. So watch out for the hype. We have the power to move things forward. And as I saw in a dream, that we live in a simulation, and we're waking up, kind of like in the Truman Show with Jim Carrey, if you've seen that movie. But it is within our will to change the way things go. So getting together as a collective has a lot of power than just giving power to the few at the top. So where are we going? This lessons for spiritual lessons, let's say, for April, for the collective. Let's make sure that this is like the world, the collective, because we're all in the same boat. The majority of the people in the world looking for something better. Yep, spiritual beginnings and endings. So the hangman has to do with prophecy, and it has to do with, being in suspension, things yet to be revealed, but through suffering we do become illuminated, and that's what the card represents. It's like doing a headstand in yoga. So letting that blood rush to the head, seeking illumination. Dropping the burdens that we are carrying. Why do we carry on the way we carry on? Like I said, we live in a simulation, so do we need to have high prices? Real estate that we can't afford, things like that. You know the story yourself, what you cannot do, what you're carrying, how much debt, many ideas. And then there's the world. So the world is a time of completion and major, major, major changes. So that's what we're learning about. How to be part of the globe. It is a global economy, but how to share with others. So I think I'll leave it at that. So the lesson, still hang in there, but there's a change in our values. One more card. Where are you? Yep, Temperance. The angel of time, Temperance. How we mix things up, how we create formulas, how we create our reality, really, with this energy we take and we pour from one glass to the other, but it's energy and not water. If you look at the card clearly, Archangel Michael, the sun is in the background. The sun is always somewhere in the cards because it is what gives us life on the planet, right? So, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, I do like the comments. You can leave a comment. It helps the channel. And go forward with courage this month. And things will settle towards the middle to the end of the month. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.